A very special edition of Experience Sessions right here on indigomusic.com. I'm Rohit, and joining me is a very special guest, Ashley Kutcher. Welcome to indigomusic.com.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure, Ashley. Now, let's talk about your music. When did you get into music, and when did the music bug, bite you?
Probably when I was younger, for sure. I can't picture a day that I was like, wow, I really like music. I think I just grew up around a lot of music. My
Right.
dad was a musician. He did it for fun, but he loves drums. He still goes out to like open mic nights all the time. Um, I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, which was like a smaller city for music, but it was still very popular. So I'd always go to shows with my dad, and he would always take us. I would say when I really started trying to like learn how to play an instrument myself, I was probably like 16.
Right.
Um, I'm trying to think of one specific moment. I think when I first played my first ever show was in high school,
Right.
and it was called like a variety show, which was basically a talent show. And got up there with like a few of my friends from high school, and I remember it was like a huge crowd. And instead of feeling like nervous or something, I was just so excited. Like I was like, this is such a great feeling. And I think that's when I really knew like I always wanted to do something with music, whether or not it was like a career or it was just, a hobby that I loved. I knew it was never going to leave my life.
Right, because you are a trained nurse. You wanted to pursue, uh, you know, being a nurse because you obviously love helping and helping people. But when did you feel that, you know what? Let's take a break from this thing and let's get into music.
My situation is so weird because I actually graduated while I was graduating from nursing school, which was
Right.
during the COVID pandemic, really the heat of it.
Yeah.
Um, I I released a song called Love You From a Distance, and that got so much traction from labels and management and publishing, which I don't even know what publishing was at the time. I was just, I had no foot in the music industry whatsoever. So it was really confusing for me. Like, wow, am I really going to give up this 4-year nursing degree I just got to do what? To go to this new business that I have no clue what it is. And I think for me, music was such an unknown, and I always wanted. I feel like I thrived off of just like stability, and I can do music when I want, and I love music. And I think actually taking a step away from nursing and going into music, it was like an uncomfortable step for me, but almost something that helped me so much because your life can't be completely stable. You can't plan everything in your life, and I think really going into music like helped me. Okay, maybe this will happen, maybe it won't, but you just have to try your hardest and see where you can go. So it was definitely like a big step, and I feel like, wow, I'm really gonna try this and step out of my comfort zone and do something way different than what I'm used to. I never thought I'd probably even like leave my town, like my hometown of like Baltimore,
Right.
because I was gonna get a job there and everything. So I'd say that was a huge, pivotal point.
I absolutely connect with that because I graduated and I completed my bachelor's in mechanical engineering. And
Wow.
hey, bang, here I'm now a radio presenter, which has absolutely, I mean, the profession that I'm in has nothing to do with what I studied. But,
Yeah.
end of the day, I'm enjoying it, and here I am. Now,
Yeah.
Ashley, let's talk about your EP, right? It's releasing on Friday. And what is this EP all about? And it's called Survive My Own Mind. What is it all about, and how close is this to your heart?
Yes. Survive My Own Mind is an EP that just encompasses all of, I would say, mental health, also just thoughts in general that some people feel like they're just surviving and it's hard to cope through. Whether it's just normal anxiety, panic disorder, or relationship anxiety. I think anxiety encompasses a lot of things, and this whole EP kind of encompasses those thoughts. And it's a very important topic to me because for many years of my life, and it runs in my family, especially me and my sister, we've dealt with anxiety in the form of like panic disorder, which is, we just had so much anxiety and couldn't, I think it also leads into something called agoraphobia, which is maybe a term that some people have heard of.
Yeah.
It's basically the fear of, doing anything that can cause panic. And sometimes that just involves leaving the house or going to school. And that was such a hard thing for me to cope with. And I dropped out of school twice, once in high school, once in college, because I physically just couldn't do it. And, after researching and talking to other people, I was like, wow, okay, you know what? Like, I'm not the only one who experiences these feelings.
Right.
And almost when you even just say that to yourself, you just feel this weight go, okay, like it's not abnormal. This isn't something that is going to kill me or anything. And that can be really scary because you actually feel like it will in that moment. So when it came to writing the second EP, and I was like, what do I really care about? And I just sat down one day and just wrote this song all by myself for my room, and just wrote the song called Survive My Own Mind, which is the title track. And I think it was really important for me to do this one on my own, because these were my feelings. And while other co-writes can be great and you can really help, a lot, this was a song that I wrote for me, I wrote for my sister, and just anyone else out there who feels like they're struggling with something that they can't even pinpoint. Sometimes you don't know what's going on and you just don't feel yourself. And for me to go on tour and to play shows and not address this topic of, hey, I might have been anxious out of my mind today and maybe didn't feel like I could do this, but you know what, I showed up and I'm here. And showing people that even with this mental block, that you can push yourself out and you can do stuff, and not, oh, well, I can't do that because I'm anxious. And I think the biggest test of that is me, hitting the road and going on tour and telling people this every night and being like, hey, I'm up here, someone with issues as well, very big mental blocks sometimes, and I'm forcing myself to push myself out of my comfort zone because it feels great after you do it. So I think it's a huge, and all the other songs that follow the EP are just about other topics that maybe your underlying anxieties. What if you only love me broken? What if you only love this version of me that's not perfect and it's not good? Do I love someone from my past more? Why would I do this whole toxic situation again just for that thrill? Like, just all these things that encompass like anxiety thoughts, and then they're sleepy, which is which is having your coping person, and that person who you may have pushed away for a while, but have come back to.
Then you realize and you come back.
Yeah, you're like, okay, that's the person that means a lot to me. Because I think too, when you have anxiety in a lot of situations, you can push away a lot of good things, just because your mind is just not focused on the right situations.
Right. Absolutely. It's a great a theme that you have going on here when it comes to your second EP. And since you mentioned about touring, when can we expect you in India?
I really hope to come soon. I have to do a international tour. I know I do. And I really hope to, be out there as soon as possible. Right now I'm doing a 10 city tour, which is actually just throughout the US. I think for me, doing my first few shows, I think we're going to we did the 2 cities, now we're doing 10. So I hope maybe on the next tour, we're kind of like, okay, maybe we'll do, 15 to 20 and, really come outside the US here. So I would hope very soon.
Fantastic. We're looking forward to having you here. Now, a quick question. If you were to, collaborate with an artist, a dream collaboration, who would that be?
I always have a few. I do say always one is Lennon Stella, because she really inspired me when I was younger to write and create. But an absolute legend would be Shania Twain. She's such a female pop country inspiration to me.
Right, absolutely. And a lot of people are getting into house music with Drake, releasing his brand new album, and Beyonce, going house. Is there any possibility that you, in the near future, would venture into a house music, the genre of house?
I'd have to say no. I don't think I've actually never been a big house music person.
Right.
With that being said, what I think it'd be cool to take maybe an album of mine in the future and have someone a really awesome DJ make it a house version.
Right.
I can't put that off the table, but would I specifically go into house music? I have to say it's not my thing, at least not right now.
Right, but you never do.
I do like listening to it sometimes, getting ready to go to a party or go out with some friends, no one wants to listen to sad music before they go out. So it definitely serves its purpose.
Well, well, you never know what may happen in the future. So
That's true. That's why I say never, I don't
yeah,
know.
never say never. Anyways, Ashley, it was a great fun talking to you. Thank you so much for taking some time out and having this wonderful chat. And all the best with your EP, which is releasing on Friday. And it just sounds brilliant. So congratulations on this release.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for taking the time to talk to me today. I
Well, it's
appreciate
my
it.
pleasure. Thank you, Ashley.